Hello everyone, I'm the Dr. Movie Viewer, and this is my top 5 worst anime movies of 2015. Next will be my top 5 best, then my top 10 worst movies of the year, then my top 10 best movies of the year. Now, in animation, it was an okay year for animation, but there weren't really a lot of animation that came out this year, and it was definitely better than 2013, but not as good as 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2014 for animation. Let's get into this. Number 5, the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. More like the ScumBob movie, Scum Out of Water. Honestly, that's what I call SpongeBob. I call him ScumBob Shitpants instead of SpongeBob SquarePants because I don't really like him. He's stupid. And he's annoying. And I found his voice annoying too. When he does the oh, bah! And like his crying. And that kind of makes him unlikable. And Patrick makes SpongeBob look like Albert Einstein. Mr. Krabs is a douchebag. The way he treats his daughter and putting the money first and his daughter last and his cheap ways. Fuck Mr. Krabs. Now, this movie, they go out of the water to save the world. I will admit, some of the animation does look good, and it's kind of impressive that they get real life people and mix them with the animation. I don't know why, it's just impressive in my opinion, but and I will admit, they did bring some of the decent parts I did like about SpongeBob. Like, I will admit, some of the older episodes of SpongeBob are pretty decent, but some of them are really boring, and they actually did bring the boring shit inside this movie as well. And the fart jokes. Oh my god. They're fucking annoying as well. I guess I'm not too much of a SpongeBob movie to really appreciate the movie. Number 4, Hotel Transylvania 2. I did not like Hotel Transylvania, to be honest with you. I thought it was just another Adam Sandler flop where Adam Sandler just tries to get back on his horse and do a voice acting role. And Kevin James is in the movie too, and he sucks in the movie. Selena Gomez sucks in the movie. I'm gonna admit the animation, in my opinion, is good. The animation's good in the movie, but the way it comes out with the the jokes, and I will admit Adam Sandler does try a little bit in this movie. But sometimes trying is just not enough. You have to actually do it, and that's not the case for this movie. I don't know how this got a sequel, to be quite honest with you. Number 4, Minions. How the fuck did this manage to become the second highest grossing film of all time? Well, the second highest anime movie of the year. It's now the 11th highest grossing film of all time. How did that happen? How did this movie get $1 billion? How did it surpass Toy Story 3? Well, at least it didn't surpass Frozen, which I'm glad that it didn't. And I don't know how they managed to get their own movie. I'm gonna admit, I like Despicable Me and I like Despicable Me 2, but the Minions are the worst aspect of the movie. They're just annoying, and they're ugly looking, and they're unlikable as well. And the Minions look ugly in this movie. The human characters, some of them actually do look good, and some of the voice acting is meh. But they try, but the writing, the way it's written in the movie, it's not really, I can't really blame the voice actors for that, though. Because the writers, the way they wrote the movie, they executed it wrong. And the jokes in the movie, the fart jokes, they put way too many in this movie. I'm sorry, I don't see how this managed to get the second highest grossing anime movie of all time. That is fucking bullshit. Number 2, Home. This is from the creators of How to Train Your Dragon. This is from the creators of Shrek. How can this not be a good movie? Shrek was a great movie. How to Train Your Dragon was a great movie. How the creators of that managed to make this bad movie? Well, I guess in this movie, they just figured, hey, we're the creators of How to Train Your Dragon and Shrek. All you have to do is just put that in the movie, our movie will sell, and maybe people will say it's a good movie because it comes from the creators of us. Way to trick people into seeing your movie. Now, DreamWorks has had some great movies in the past, and they've also had some flops. This is one of the flops that they have. This is probably their worst one that came out this decade. I'm not sure about that. I have to do research on that, but first off, I want to talk about the Purple Alien. completely unlikable. And the animation, the way they animated him, he looks fucking ugly. And the animation in this movie is not good, in my opinion. It's just not. Some of them might look decent a little bit, but the animators who animated the movie and the writers who wrote the movie, they executed it wrong, and the script is poorly written. That's why we can't really blame the actors again. And first off, they got Rihanna to voice one of the characters, and Jennifer Lopez to voice one of the characters. I don't know why they were in this movie, to be quite honest. Usually that's what happens with musicians. Some of them are successful being actors, some of them aren't. And these two are examples of how not to be successful. They're not successful at that. They suck at that kind of stuff. If this movie never happened, DreamWorks might get a little bit more praise. They do already get a lot of praise, but this one might actually bring the praise down a little bit. This movie, what a mess. And the worst anime movie of 2015 is Strange Magic. Whose idea was this? Alright, I know whose idea was this. This is from Lucasfilms, George Lucas. Why? Why did he make this? You know, something actually tells me that George Lucas didn't make it. I'm not saying that this is true, but it would make sense if George Lucas didn't actually make the movie. They decide, hey, let's just add George Lucas's name on it and put Lucasfilms in it, and our movie will sell, and people will go see our movie. Because George Lucas made Star Wars. That's a huge franchise. Why not see our movie? Well, looks like your attempt failed because your movie didn't, go on top of the box office. The characters are unlikable in this movie. The animation is shit. The voice acting is shit. This is the only anime movie that I actually truly hated this year. They kind of make guys want to be single because their way of showing love and getting relationships in the movie, which they actually do in this movie. Unlikable. They give them a bad name. They give fantasy characters a bad name in this movie. They give animation a bad name in this movie. Fuck this movie. This movie gets the go fuck yourself rating. I am going to do a review on this movie, so just hold on for that. But until then, that's my top 5 worst movies of 2015. Next to my top 5 best. And also 2016 is way better than 2015. Anyway, I'm the Dr. Who Viewer. If you want to subscribe. If you want to like my video, like my video. If you don't like my video, let me know how I can make it better in the comments, and my next video better in the comments. Fuck Strange Magic. Anyway, I'm the Dr. Who Viewer. Adios.